walking through the intersection. That's what brought the police officers down here. They don't want anybody walking out into this water. And the police officers told me they're going to be out patrolling all night, trying to enforce that curfew and trying to keep people as safe as possible.
Now, Jared, one other question. You've been out all around Cedar Rapids today. What's the worst that you've seen so far?
I'd have to say this right here is by far the worst I've seen so far. Earlier today, I was at the courthouse at downtown Mays Island. Underneath in the parking garage, that was pretty bad also. But in terms of sheer water coming into places where, quite frankly, there shouldn't be water, this has got to be the worst I've seen. One person brought his camera to me and showed me some pictures that he took at his home early this morning when he was evacuated. You could already see, he showed me one picture where you were looking down the stairs to his basement. The water had already come up to the final stair before the first floor. And that was just about a block that way from right here. So this is by far the worst that I've seen so far today. And certainly this type of scene is playing out all around the city.
Okay, thank you so much, Jared Aarons, reporting from Cedar Rapids. Stay safe.
And we do want to let folks know that the Waterloo Police Department has also been out working very, very hard. They're also dealing with some major flooding. There's a curfew in downtown Waterloo. That entire area has been shut down because of flooding. And on top of all of this devastation, they actually had to deal with some 2 armed robberies. The Waterloo Police Department is investigating 2 armed robberies that occurred today on the city's west side. Now, that is part of the evacuated area. They said report of a robbery at Prime Marks on the Port Road. 2 suspects wearing masks, and another one at 5 at the Dollar General store. This is something that they don't need to be dealing with.
The Dollar General store.
Occurrence, but the fact that people are taking advantage of those evacuated areas is a little sad. But right now, actually, we're going to toss it back out to Vinton, where Justin Roberts has been so patiently dealing with us all day. And Justin, what's going on there now?
I tell you what, guys, it's weird.
Can you turn that thing off?
This side, of the storm system. Usually I'm at the blue wall, but thank goodness for Craig Miller giving me a chance to really get out here and talk to folks and really see the damage firsthand and what damage it is. We started yesterday in Cedar Falls. We've just kind of been following the bulk of the water downstream in Cedar Falls, from Cedar Falls, I should say, to Vinton. Tomorrow we're going to be in Cedar Rapids. Update throughout the day is really that next cause for concern and works its way down to the city of 5 Seasons. In Vinton tonight, you can see we're really the only lights in town except for a few exceptions. And you kind of see I'm pretty much surrounded by water off towards my right. And we're luckily in a spot right now where we can get out of here. But there's really only way to get in and out of Vinton right now, folks. That's 218. You can take it to Highway 30. And then get back and forth where you need to go. Earlier we had
how big is Vinton?
Urbana. You can work your way through Urbana.
And how far away is it?
We're told those roads are closed because of water going over the bridges outside of that
north
area. So travel is still
south.
Back and forth here, but there's really not much to see tonight. You can hear generators in the background trying to keep water levels from the bottom of the City Hall and the bottom of the Benton County Courthouse as well, where the Benton County Emergency Management folks are still at work, keeping their eyes on this storm system that's just off towards the west, poised to work its way through us tonight, bringing some more of that heavy rainfall. Coming up on the news at 10, we're going to have more stories for folks from the stories that one will actually surprise you. With all the floodwater you see around me, one woman came up to me today and she said, Justin, do me a favor. If you get a chance, tell everybody in eastern Iowa, we need buns here in Vinton. We're serving over 2,000 sandwiches today. If you get a chance, tell them we need some bread buns to keep serving those sandwiches to all the volunteers tomorrow. So folks watching in, if you get a chance, grab some buns from Hy-Vee, bring them out here. They greatly appreciate it. Keep feeding these volunteers. Just some of the lighter sides of these harder days of news that we're hearing from folks.
Let's go get some buns.
Lindsay?
What?
I'm so glad to hear that people are keeping up a good spirit. Earlier today, we saw a huge crowd of people there.
You're not very volunteerish, are you? No, you're not. I got plenty of buns.
A while ago when we started the newscast here at 9 o'clock, we saw folks kind of looking in our live truck here because they don't have any power. They wanted to see what's been happening out there, what they've been missing, while they've been focusing
on. Are you going to sleep?
So they've been,
it's only 9:45.
Our live truck kind of keeping an eye on CBS 2 and Fox 28. What's happening right now? I see one set of lights, and that's really the only lights you can see from where we are. There's not much to be doing outside. Everybody's just kind of lighting some candles at home where they can be and waiting for what's coming.
It's where all these people go. Obviously, they mix work.
Thank you so much, Justin. Right
They're
now,
not going to get in trouble
for
missing work, are they?
email pics that we've had emailed into my account.
Look at that.
Actually emailed this. This is Ellis Park. a stop sign in Ellis Park in Cedar Rapids. That's basically, how tall is that? About 5.5, 6 feet tall.
Absolutely. Apparently the water isn't heating that stop sign there. It just kept on running through that area.
Let me open some of these other ones for you.
And thanks for sending these pictures in. And again, please send us your pictures. You can see some of the road signs there. You can send them to news@kgan.com.
And he took so many, and they're so good. So thank you, Graham.
Again, this is a monumental
Look at that.
occasion here, and how sad it is to see all these homes being devastated. This is historic. Rivers have never gone this high before, and again, they are still expected to go a lot higher than this.
Okay, let's go on now to, we do have a dire situation in western Iowa where 4 people are now dead.
Yeah, we do have it confirmed that in Little Sioux, the scout camp, there a tornado did hit around 7 o'clock. We know that there are reports of about 40 people injured, and of those injuries, we do have it confirmed that 4 people are dead. And again, this is a Boy Scout camp that was hit by a tornado, a very unfortunate situation in that area. We do know that that severe line of thunderstorms is sweeping across the state, headed towards our area, and with it, it's going to bring the potential of a lot of rain.
That's very true. And here, we're just getting footage out of KETV in Omaha. That's kind of nice to see. Our friends in Omaha working with us. The sad part about this is these are teenage boys, about 50 of them. Actually, let me pull up the wire here. A spokesman said there were 93 campers and 25 staff members at the camp when tornadoes struck. 40 were injured, 4 were killed. Sadly, the campers were between 13 and 18 years old and were attending a leadership training camp. They were considered some of the best in the area, what officials said. So quite sad to see such outstanding citizens hit by such a natural disaster. And actually, speaking of natural disasters, let's hand it over to Craig Miller to see what's coming our way tonight and tomorrow. Craig?
Yeah, thank you, Lindsay. We do see this line of severe thunderstorms, and unfortunately it has become deadly tonight. Of course, we saw that deadly tornado reported killing 4 people in western Iowa. Now let's take a look at the precision Doppler radar. The live image right now shows that the storms are starting to move into the Mason City area, where we actually do just have a new flash flood warning that has been issued, which includes the Mason City area. Some of these storms have been dropping 1 to 2 inches of rain per hour. Now, I'm going to pause this in the last frame here, so we can take a look at these storms here. Are still showing.
Last summer, wasn't there a drought?
Several
We didn't have enough rain.
Warnings issued
Last summer, the summer
this
before.
entire line of severe storms. Now, this line will continue to head to the east.
Yeah, because I remember they were talking about the corn not growing properly because of the rain.
And we'll expect to see that here in Waterloo and also Cedar Rapids and pushing